Hey lovelies, welcome to my little corner of the internet. I'm Ash, a foreigner working and living in Japan, specifically on the JET program. Now, if you clicked on this video, you're either moving to Japan or you're traveling to Japan and you want to know what to pack. And it's quite overwhelming, especially if you're going to be moving for a little while, like myself. Now, this video is definitely for you. You're in the right place. I'm going to be telling you all you need to know in terms of packing for Japan. Now, this video is specifically for those who got accepted in the JET program. Super congratulations to you. And for those who are still waiting, fingers crossed. But it is also applicable for those traveling, whether for work or for leisure. So let's get right into it. First order of business, your documents. So I'll be looking down from time to time because I've written my notes on my iPad so I don't miss anything, because I've been in this position where I had to pack up my entire life in like two suitcases, a carry-on, and a personal item, and I was like so overwhelmed. However, it is possible because I've done it. So stick around, watch to the end, grab a notepad if you must, and use this video as a reference. Also, I'll be linking a packing guide in my description. You can download it for more detail guidance in terms of stores, packing hacks, seasonal hacks, winter hacks, all of that. But let's get into this video. Now, the first set of items that you're gonna pack: your visa, your passport, your international driving permit, because depending on where you're coming from, your home country driver's license might not be sufficient. Like myself, I had to get an international driving permit, and that lasts for 1 year. Then you gradually get your Japanese driver's license. Next is all form of ID from your home country, so bring those. And also any documents that the embassy in your home country gave you, I think it will be useful to bring those as well. And debit and credit cards, because when gaijins like me and you open bank accounts here in Japan, oftentimes you don't get a bank card like a debit or credit card. You get a cash card. You basically can just pull money from the ATM with this cash card. So bring multiple cards, and also inform your bank that you'll be traveling or you'll be moving to Japan so you won't be flagged. You know, just be safe. Inform your bank. And pro tip, put them in a central place so you know where they are when you need them. Now, the first order of business when you're coming to Japan will be your 2-day orientation in Tokyo. So let's segment the bags. So on the JET program, you get 2 check bags, 1 personal item, and a carry-on. Now, those 2 check bags will be sent away the moment you arrive in Japan, and you basically have to live out of your carry-on and your personal item for the 2 days that you're in Tokyo until you get to your prefecture. And sometimes, in some cases, those check bags might not arrive in your prefecture when you're there. So you have to take things like this into consideration and try to pack as much as you can in your carry-on to survive for those few days. Now, for the orientation, you're gonna need 2 business suits, and you're gonna pack, like, sleeping clothes, casual clothes, because you're gonna be in Tokyo. And especially if you're gonna be living in the countryside area, you're not so certain when you're gonna go back to Tokyo. So I can imagine you're gonna want to document the moment like I did, because I'm a whole flight from Tokyo. So I brought some cute outfits to take photos. And for the orientation wear, try to keep it neutral, black and white, grays, because if you wear a pink or orange top, you will be standing out. I'll insert a clip of how everyone looked in their black and white, the entire auditorium. So please, black and white, gray, keep it there. Nothing outside of that. Also, pack your sleepwear, maybe 1 or 2, something light, and your toiletries. So, like travel size toothpaste, deodorant, lotion, all that. Pack that hair care travel size, because remember, everything will be in the carry on. Don't forget your personal computers, your iPads, and your chargers. And please note that the charging type in Japan is A type. So do your research, or you may have to buy an adapter when you get here. Luckily, my 2 check bags were already at my school when I flew to my prefecture, so thank God for that. I didn't have to go through the hassle of like trying to figure out how I'm gonna get my stuff. And also, Important, you're gonna need another outfit when you're leaving Tokyo because in most cases you will go to your school the same day and first impression last. However, it will be summer and it's gonna be crazy hot. I'm gonna insert a pic of what I wore. I wore full black and it was so hot. I couldn't wait to get to my apartment and take a shower. So normally in Japan during the summer we wear something called cool business. So it's like formal, but at the same time you're not gonna be too hot in that outfit. Also, if you're worried about like packing up your whole life in those suitcases, you can ship stuff before, like heavier stuff, like winter stuff, appliances, desktops, because some people like to bring their own desktops here. So you can also do that. But I recommend calling your school or your contracting organization first so they can guide you like where to ship it and how to ship it and all of that. Also, I would recommend that if you're coming in the summer, try to pack summer clothes only, unless you have like specific stuff that you want to carry. For me, I packed mostly summer clothes and then I gradually bought winter clothes when I got here. But if you're on the taller side or you're curvier, it's gonna be hard because like Japanese consumers and Japanese people, they tend to be smaller, so most stuff are for them. So if you're taller or curvier, you might have to bring stuff like longer jeans, shoes, long sleeves, skirts, and all that just to be on the safe side. Let's talk about toiletries. Come here. So you're gonna want to bring your toothpaste and your deodorant. So the Japanese toothpaste, it's normally like milder and it doesn't have fluoride, so you're not gonna get that minty or that freshness. So I brought 3 months supply. I brought 3 tubes. Next is the deodorant. Most of them don't have antiperspirant, so if you sweat a lot, you know so try to bring as much as you can. I brought 3 months supply of like everything. Ladies, gather here, ladies. I know this is for both male and females, but ladies, this is for you. Sanitary napkin and tampons. Now guys, bring 3 months supplies or more if you can, because the sanitary napkins here are measured in centimeters. For me, I tried before my 3 month supplies finished, but I didn't remember to measure the ones I have, and I went and I picked up a random centimeter and it was too short. So try to do your measurement and also experiment before the ones that you bring to Japan run out. Hair products for kinky and coily hair is basically non-existent, so you have to bring as much as you can. And also, I would recommend like looking into sites like iHerb and Amazon US, where you can source these stuff like deodorant, vitamins, hair products, all of that. But just be prepared to pay a little hefty cost. It's not little, but it's gonna be a little bit hefty. But just prepare and do like a big purchase like every 3 months or something like that. Next, also makeup for darker tones like me. You will not be able to find that, so I packed up all my makeup. Also, SPF if your skin is that darker, or if you have sensitive skin, bring your SPF, especially if you're arriving in the summer. Can't say I never tell you. So basically, bring 3 months supply of everything if you can and pack them in your checked bags. Cash, I would say bring 100 to 250,000 yen. That's what Jet told us to bring. I brought the 200 and a little over. So that will cover like furniture, deposit, gas bill, setup, all of that, groceries, transportation for the first month until you get your first paycheck. I think that should be sufficient. Next, let's talk about food and seasoning. Now, if you're from the Caribbean like myself and you're accustomed to like Indian curry, spices, hot pepper, all of that, you have to bring all of that because you won't be able to get it here in Japan. So try to bring as much as you can until you figure out a way to get those other stuff, because you won't be finding them here. If you have like allergies or you're like a gluten-free person, you may have to bring a few stuff until you figure things out. Now let's talk about omiyage, because this is a big question. And if you're wondering what's omiyage, it's like a beautiful and thoughtful tradition here in Japan where we give gifts, especially to like coworkers and people who you're meeting for the first time. That's what we give as our omiyage for foreigners. But here in Japan, like whenever someone goes on a trip, they bring back an omiyage for the person who didn't make that trip. So normally it's like a snack or something that represents the place that they went. So for example, like us as foreigners, we're coming to Japan, you would bring something from your home country that represents your home country, like what your home country is known for. But most times it's a snack. You can bring stationery like a pen or like a keyring or like a purse. For me, I brought a mixture of different stuff. I also brought Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee because that's like famous all over the world. So I brought the packets of that. And I also bought some bags. If I have pictures, I'll insert like little personalized bags with cards. And I wrote a little note on each of them handwritten. So you can do that so it's easier to give them out. You would give this to your principal, your supervisors, your teacher, neighbor, anybody who is like helping you to adjust in your few couple of days here. You'll give them an omiyage as an appreciation for helping you out. Please don't go overboard with your omiyage because it's just a kind gesture and they will appreciate it. And I know it sometimes it is expensive when you're moving to a new country and you might have other things to buy, so don't go overboard. It is the thought that counts. Walk with over the counter drugs like cold meds, painkillers, because while Japan has like beautiful drugstores, well equipped drugstores, the medication tends to be a little bit milder and you don't want to be in pain or suffering from a cold or something and the medication that you're taking is not effective. So walk with cold, painkillers, and anything like allergy relief that your body is accustomed to. I just want to say congratulations to everybody who made it into the JET program. And if you're still waiting, fingers crossed. Also, I just want to tell you a disclaimer, every situation is different and your situation will be determined by where you're placed and all of that. And if you want further clarity in terms of packing and more guidance, remember to download a copy of the guide in the description box. It has seasonal hacks, winter hacks, saving tips, recommended stores, and more pro tips. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this was super helpful for you. Happy packing, and I'll see you in Japan. Bye.